Hello and welcome to back to Haunted Man Cave. Today we are going to be looking at the 5 most haunted places in New York, starting with number 5, the New Amsterdam Theater. The New Amsterdam Theater in New York City is considered one of the oldest theaters in New York and was built in 1903. The theater is supposedly haunted by a woman named Olive Tomlis, and she was once called the most beautiful girl in New York. She died in 1920 under mysterious circumstances, and she began appearing to stagehands shortly after her death. Even after Disney bought the theater in 1995, she has kept up her startling appearances. Her spirit only appears when men swing by her picture in the morning and simply say hey. Number 4, the Execution Rocks Lighthouse. The Execution Rocks Lighthouse in Mamaroneck was built in 1850 after several ships sank in the surrounding waters, leading to a lot of deaths. The lighthouse is currently haunted by many sailors who sank in the ships around the lighthouse. Visitors to the lighthouse report disembodied footsteps, ghostly cries, and sailors who are dressed in attire from the 1800s and the 1920s. Number 3, the Dakota. The Dakota in New York City was built in 1884, and it appeared in the movie Rosemary's Baby as the Bradford Hotel. It is also known as the hotel John Lennon was staying at on December 8th of 1980, the day of his murder. Guests of the hotel report a ghostly light hovering throughout the halls, a spirit of a builder trapped in the basement, and the spirit of a girl who bounces her ball in the hallway. Lastly, the spirit of John Lennon himself has been sighted multiple times around the hotel, shrouded in an eerie light with a look of peace on his face. Number 2, the House of Death. The House of Death in New York, New York is located in Greenwich Village, and it may look like your standard suburb home, but don't get fooled by its disturbing past. Today, it's reported that 22 spirits haunt the house. The famous spirit of the 22 spirits haunting the house is none other than Mark Twain himself, who lived at the house for a time. Actress Jane Martell moved to the second story above the house, and she encountered several paranormal activity, which inspired her to create a book which was about her experiences of paranormal activity inside the home. Number 1, the Amityville Horror House. The Amityville Horror House in the heart of Long Island was built in 1924 and is considered one of the most haunted houses in existence, inspiring dozens of movies and novels. John Ketchum, a practitioner of black magic, lived here and had his ashes spread across the grounds. In 1975, the Lutz family moved in and stayed for a total of 28 days before leaving due to extreme paranormal activity. To this day, there are 6 apparitions haunting the house, and to this day, people report black powder across the floors, dark shapes rustling through clothes, 3-toed footprints in the mud, and a demonic voice that can be heard around the house. This is a private residence, and the owners like to keep it that way, so, unfortunately, the chances of actually getting to see this house are slim. But if you are lucky enough to get invited into this haunted house, be careful, as there is a spirit that likes to cause bodily harm to a person walking through its path. With the number of reports stemming from this house and that several instances cause actual physical harm, it's why I chose the Amityville Horror House as my pick for the most haunted place in New York.